Today, sustainable people management is for companies, and here especially HR and people managers, a substantial subject. It pops up in the context of ESG and discussions around the changing employment market and the need for employers to create and have an attractive employer brand. But what is sustainable people management and how to introduce it? Hey friends, we are HR Uncoded, two HR executives with a multi-decade experience in human resources, business, C-level leadership and self-development. And in this video, we are going to explain what sustainable people management is and why it matters, and how you can take your very first important 7 steps to implement it. Before we start to give a definition for sustainable people management, or as it is also called, sustainable human resource management, we would like to put it a little bit more into perspective. HR has come a long way and developed greatly, especially in the last 20 years, from a mainly administrative, service-giving function to a co-leader, co-driver at the most tables. Because, and this is one of the most important aspects, people are the most important dimension in each and every company. No matter which business model, no matter how much your business model relies on robotics or automation, the human factor is the most critical one. In the last years, the term ESG played a more significant role for HR, and by acknowledging that the factors planet, people and also profit, all these 3 are inseparably interwoven, and therefore any employer has to make sure that A. The work environment, the office or workshop, is not only safe and secure, but also attractive. B. Employees feel valued and appreciated. C. Not only the employees learn, grow and develop, but also the organization. And D. Have an appropriate work-life balance which respects individual needs, and so many more. And as one of the many effects, happy, content employees have a higher intrinsic motivation, show better results, stick longer with the company, and the happiness, contentment with the company is passed forward to the customers, which is, all in all, positive. So here is now our definition for sustainable people management on the screen. It's quite complex. Let's rather jump to the 7 steps to implement a sustainable people management in your company. Step number 1, get the full leadership buy-in. The commitment of the leadership of a company is utterly important. Your management team should lead by example and prioritize the elements of sustainable people management and lead sustainably. Step number 2, have regular surveys, plan and manage accordingly. In general, on a regular basis, you should measure your employees' commitment rate and how much your employees feel valued by the company, feel belonging, can they bring their true self to work. You can do this, for example, with people surveys, listen-in sessions, open door days or hours, and exit interviews. From our perspective, a low inhibition threshold like an anonymous landing page or informal friendly chat helps a lot. And for sure, it is extremely important to respect local legal and data protection requirements. With these surveys and talks, you not only create comparable data, but also identify areas in which you want to improve or develop your people, leaders, and finally, your organization. And starting there, a plan with specific objectives. Step number 3, involve your employees and engage regularly with them. Do it cross hierarchy. In all employee groups, make them part of the process. Ask for participation, input, feedback. Sit together with them, listen. And with being part of a process or even being part of a decision, employees gain a sense of having a say, being listened to, and this creates commitment. Step number 4, prepare, train, and develop your employees and leaders. Continuous growth and a growth mindset are critical aspects for an effective, sustainable people management. Our abilities are not set in stone and can be developed with a dedication and a certain degree of love for learning. Therefore, learning is one of the master skills of the future, and it comes in many forms. It's not only classroom training and online training. Therefore, look at your training programs and have succession plans for relevant roles at hand. This prepares your organization for the future and makes it more resilient, sustainable. Furthermore, you will foster a culture of lifelong learning. Step number 5, work-life balance. First, be up to date what is important in your industry and what are the latest trends. Check your policies, internal guidelines, and look after a well-calibrated balance between the interest of the company and the needs of an employee. This changes and has to be adapted quickly. Step number 6, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Look after and foster an inclusive and diverse workspace, company, and leadership. Make it an absolute minimum requirement to respect differences and have zero tolerance if these roles are broken. It helps to have as many different experiences and views at the table as possible. Know and respect the local laws and regulations, and let your leadership team champion diversity, equity, and inclusion. Step number 7, recognize and appreciate. Here it is best to have a clear system in which you appreciate what employees contribute or in which you celebrate successes and promotions. Connect openly the dots to the Sustainable People Management Plan and celebrate milestones together. These are all just initial steps, and with them you can lay or create a foundation for sustainable people management in your company. From our perspective, sustainable people management is a journey, a people journey, and it's a so-called infinite game. You reach milestones, but afterwards the journey continues, as the learning never stops. And all this creates a positive impact on the people and on the success for your organization and the benefit of your company. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up or write a comment in the comment section. Follow us for more videos on HR, business, C-level leadership and self-development. Your friends from HR Uncoded.